screen, the hitch, the whole 9 yards. It was a floor model. It's a 2016. It was a floor model at Lawn Cutters in Hopkinsville, but it never sold, so it's a no owner. It is a brand new. You can read all about it at WPKYonline.com. Just click under Big Deals. You'll see auctions, and today is the day, Tess. The auction is underway for the $15,259 UTV. Guess what the bid is right now?
What? What's
I don't
the
know.
bid?
Guess.
What? I would say probably, $11,000?
No, lower.
What? Couldn't be. How about $7,000?
Lower.
No way. $4,000.
Higher. $5,700 is the current bid. The auction absolutely ends at $4,000. So somebody right now is going to get over a $15,000 utility terrain vehicle for $5,700. We cannot let that happen, Tess. That's too good of a deal.
That's like stealing it. That ought to be. I mean, that's literally like stealing it. Because this dude, it's got like, if anybody likes a UTV, you like go playing in the mud, this thing is meant for it. You're talking about over 3,500 pound towing capacity, on that winch. And that's a lot. I don't think I could get stuck anywhere that, 3,500 pounds worth of pulling me out of the mud couldn't do it.
Well, you can use it for work. You can use it for play. You can use it for both. We were goofing around. We made some silly videos. You may have seen them on our Facebook page. And it's a really, really nice vehicle. It'll be perfect for somebody. Somebody is getting a deal today. If you like to bid or read more about it, WPKYonline.com. Click on Big Deals, and you'll see over there where it says auctions. You can read up on it. You got to be able to bid today. But the great thing about the auction, Tess, is if you get outbid, if you're bidding and you get outbid, you can have it send you an email alert or a text. Text alert is the quickest. You can have it text to your phone and say, hey, Mr. Bill Booth, your bid $5,600. You just got outbid. You need to check and see. So you'll know throughout the day if you're interested in this. If you get outbid, you can get back in there and bid, and we'll be doing updates throughout the day on where the current bid is. But at 4 o'clock, somebody's getting a deal, Tess.
I'm going to tell you what, this thing, especially with sandstorms and dust storms coming our way, that windshield and nice metal roof, I mean, that's going to be nice.
You must have been talking to David Powell.
We're getting ready to. He's next.
It's got high clearance, touch screen. I'm telling you, it's somebody's getting the deal. So I just wanted to take a couple of minutes to remind you that it's underway. It started at 6 this morning. The value on this UTV is over $15,000. The current bid is $5,700. To bid, you go to Big Deals at WPKYonline.com. You can click over where it says auctions, and this baby ends at 4. So we'll see who drives off in the new UTV.
Well, I think that's cool because there's not a whole bunch of hidden cost and all that kind of stuff. You're really and truly getting to see exactly what you're bidding on, and I don't think anybody could be disappointed with this dude. And we appreciate you, even though you went and played and got to sit in it and all that without me. I still appreciate it.
It was. You notice though, at no time did they let me drive it out of the building. Much to Lawn Cutters' credit, they've seen my work before. So, but you will, if you're a high bidder, you can drive it up on the truck. And as Tess said, this baby will be ready to go. So, good luck to everybody bidding today. And
I want somebody here to get it. It's got a passenger seat, Bill Booth. I can play with the touch screen while we're going through the mud. Somebody come pick me up in that thing. That's what I'm saying.
Listen, I tried to talk Miss Beth Mann into buying it for a WPKY remote vehicle.
Yes,
I haven't
please.
given up on that either.
I don't think we should give up on that. That's what I'm saying. That would be too cool. And anyway, maybe not, but somebody ought to get it. If I can't have it, you can't have it. Somebody else needs to be able to kind of chime in with it. So thank you so much.
We got to find a good home for this baby. It's been lonely. It needs a home. So we'll give it a home by 4 today. Thanks, Tess. Have a good one.
Thank you so much. Of course, Mr. Bill Booth. And check out that. It's so easy to do. Go right there on our website. It could not be easier. You don't even have to leave the comfort of the air conditioner or get out in the Sahara Desert dust storm today to do it. Anyway, it's right there, WPKYonline.com. We're going to hear all about that dust storm next. David Powell is going to be with us.
Your home team at Trice Hughes wants to make sure your vehicle lasts as long as possible, especially since warmer weather means more driving. Trice Hughes reminds you that tire pressure is critical to maximizing the performance of your vehicle. From improved fuel mileage to smoother tire wear, make sure your tires are inflated to the correct PSI.
Trice Hughes is here for you and any questions you may have about your vehicle. Buy your next vehicle from the home team. Find them on Highway 91 North, Princeton, or at tricehughes.com.
We are thrilled to announce Beach Bend Park is opening June 29th for the summer and glad to welcome you back with new safety guidelines. Save big on summer fun with a half-season pass for just $49.99, including a Bring a Friend ticket and loads of discounts. Buy one-day admission tickets online for $29.99 with promo code FUN. Enjoy classic amusement rides, daily shows, mini golf, water park, and more. Parking tubes and sunscreen are always free. Visit beachbend.com to purchase tickets and half-season passes.
It's time for another great auction from West Kentucky Real Estate and Auction this Saturday, June 27th, starting at 9 a.m. Selling will be furniture, antiques, and tools. The auction will be held at the Auction Center on Highway 62 West in Princeton, the former Hancock's Grocery location. To find out more about this auction or to find out how to book your own auction or sell your property, go to westkentuckyrealestateandauction.com. West Kentucky Real Estate and Auction. Wayne Boyd, broker auctioneer.
This is Big John, Big John's Barbecue. Just like to thank everyone for voting for us for the best food truck again this year. We look forward to serving fantastic food every day. Thank you, and y'all have a good day.
1580 103.3 WPKY. And I'll tell you, my sinuses are already feeling it. I don't know if it's because I know it's coming and my nose just starts to wiggle because of it and because it's scared of it, or if it's because it's already here. But I know a guy that might know a thing about a thing, and it's David Powell. Good morning.
Good morning, Tess, and everyone out there. I think it's starting out to be a pretty nice day out there. We'll see how it progresses, though, as the day wears on.
I'm going to tell you what. Other than this has got to be the weirdest thing I've ever heard of in my lifetime.
Well, if you're talking about the Saharan dust cloud, then yes, it's nothing new. It does occur, I don't know, 2 or 3 times a year, but this one is a lot different in the fact that it's probably the largest and most massive dust cloud, really from what I'm seeing, it could be in history, but at least in 50 years is what I'm reading about it and everything. They just don't remember anything quite this big. In fact, they've nicknamed it Godzilla just because of the unusually large size of it.
I'm going to tell you the thing that really got me last night, David. I was sitting there thinking about it, and here I am. I'm up at 1 o'clock in the morning thinking about this stinking dust storm because it boggled my mind. Because I was thinking, you know what? Tomorrow, if I get dust all over my car, that's actually African dirt.
Well, that's true. And to be honest with you, you know, it is a good thing that this happens occasionally, although not to this degree, but they've done some research that says that a lot of the topsoil in Florida originated from the Saharan dust and that it's actually very rich in nutrients and minerals. And so, you know, it's not actually a bad thing, although it is, you know, you can always get too much of a good thing. And that's what's happening now. This one right here is something to reckon with already. And I think in Puerto Rico, it's darkened the skies there and reduced visibility to only a few miles. In fact, I think they've got error warning, some kind of error warning. I don't remember how they put it, but they're already taking effect in a lot of places. And I think it got into Tennessee yesterday. It should overspread our area sometime today, and you'll start noticing the skies a little bit more milky color. In fact, I was looking at the clouds last night, and they had kind of a yellowish cast to it. Now, really, this dust cloud is above the clouds. Usually it's about 20,000 feet, thereabout. And but that's still low enough that if we have some storms, it could bring some of that dust down to the ground. Yeah, when it rains, you're going to go out there and say, "Gosh, it just rained. So why is my car so dirty?"
Well,
and that's exactly why.
Is that what it really happened? Did it really just kind of go over the Saharan desert and suck up a bunch of dirt and then go all the way and then dump it in Kentucky?
Well, there were several things that led to this. Part of it was big storms in Africa, and they had the gust fronts and the downbursts coming off those storms that picked up a lot of that dust and hurled it into the air. and as the winds continued to blow there, it picked up more and more of it. So by the time it came off the coast of Africa, it was huge. And you have these steering currents, I guess you call them the westerlies. And so it got caught up in that, started moving across the Atlantic Ocean. And as it does that, it also inhibits any tropical development because the dust is dry air. There's dry air in that. And so one thing hurricanes don't like is dry air. And so they won't form. You won't see any hurricanes or anything until this dust cloud is out of the way. Now, they usually will dissipate in just, a few days to a week or so. This one is not. This one looks like it's going to keep on giving and probably won't clear the area till, about the second week of July, around July 10th, let's just say that. And then after that, what I suspect is going to happen is because that Atlantic water has been sitting there and just heating up more and more without any tropical development to keep it cool or take some energy out of it. I wouldn't be surprised to see an explosive hurricane build up after this gets out of the way. So, one thing leads to another, to another, to another. So,
I was starting to say, well, that's good news. At least maybe we could put up with the dust if we don't have to have the hurricane. But then if that's going to create other things, then I don't know about all this.
Yeah, it's. Some of this is new territory. If it's the largest it's ever been in history, then we don't know exactly what it's going to do. But just the physics of it makes you think that, well, it stands to reason if the Atlantic is warming up more and more, and nothing to take that energy out of it, then whenever this gets out of the way where it can, then it's going to do some rapid development, and who knows.
Well, I know a lot of people would say that, it's always the same old thing. I want it to be spontaneous. Well, stop it, because now you're really messing with us. Quit asking
and
for
that's
that.
True. But now there is some danger in this, especially if you've got breathing issues, any kind of lung issues or anything, or asthma. This could really, really hurt you a little bit. So you want to probably avoid the outside until we see exactly how much of this dust is going to come in here. And we'll know probably by this evening, and certainly by tomorrow, we ought to be well in it. The thing of it is that we've got thunderstorms that's expected to develop. Probably not a whole lot today. I think it's only going to be about a 20% chance this afternoon. But the question is, how is this going to affect those thunderstorms? Will the storms actually develop and clear the air, or will the dust kind of actually inhibit the development of the storms? I mean, that's another thing that is kind of a up in the air, privately wondering kind of thing among the meteorologists.
Well, here's another thing I was thinking. Is the dust storm above the thunderstorm clouds or below it?
It's above it.
Okay, so I was thinking, if it was the other way around, we might just get mud.
Yeah. Well, some of the winds will transport some of that dust down into the storm. So yeah, you'll get some muddy type rain. And when I say that, that's kind of an overstatement because this dust is really fine. In fact, they're saying that these masks that everybody's wearing, which hopefully everyone is wearing that to prevent the coronavirus, but that it can actually be fine enough to get into the mask. But still, having the mask on will help more than not having it. So there's another good reason you need to wear your mask, especially over the next few days, because this could really hurt you. And they say, I did read one thing. It said that this dust starts your sniffles and sneezing and stuff like that. It could actually lead to a better chance of getting a virus infection. So,
well, yeah, because, don't get me wrong. We're thinking, I in my middle of the night thought, I was thinking, that Indiana Jones movie where he's in the sandstorm and they're blowing it. That, in my mind, that's what's coming. I mean,
well, no,
it's like an Indiana Jones episode.
No, that's way overdone, at least in our part of Kentucky and in the state. But further towards the Gulf, where the heavier concentration is going to be, and I saw one chart that showed that a heavy concentration over around the Appalachian Mountains and stuff like that. So, yeah, you can see some pretty dusty stuff. It can cause your eyes to itch. They say, and just keep your air conditioner on in the house because the air conditioner filters will help filter out some of this dust. But yeah, it's really something to keep a close eye on. Don't take it lightly, but then don't be overly worried about it either. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Just keep it in perspective then.
That's correct. Now, one of the benefits of it you're going to see some magnificent sunrises and sunsets. They're going to be brilliant yellows and orange and gold and red. I mean, it's going to be, from what I've seen, it's going to be a lot more red sunsets, more intense. And so you should be able to get some really nice pictures if the clouds are not in the way of it.
Well, I'll tell you, if nothing else, I've heard that it's a photographer's dream.
Well, that's true. That's true. Now, if you're a stargazer, though, you can forget it because most areas this has gone over. The dust has been thick enough that it really kind of blots out all but the brightest objects in the night sky. So don't expect any ideal sky watching conditions during the night.
Well, David Powell, I think this is so cool. Thank you for joining us this morning.
Well, like I said, take it seriously, but it's nothing to be too overly concerned about. Just be aware that it's there and take your precautions if you have breathing issues and asthma. Other than that, we'll get through it. It'll be over with, like I said, probably it'll start diminishing some after the weekend, but it'll still be around out there to at least about the middle of the second week of July.
Well, I think the last kind of weird, freaky event that I called you about was like the flash freeze. When things like that pop up, I'm like, gotta call David Powell. Gotta call David Powell. And that, when he sees my phone number come up, he's probably like, for Pete's sake, it's not that big of a deal.
Do I answer this or not?
I appreciate you because you always explain things the way we can understand it. And I think that's cool because in our mind, this is something different. And I think it's kind of neat and it's nice to be able to explain to the kiddos what's going on.
Oh, yeah. And I don't understand any more than the next guy. I just start doing research on it and see what I can find out about it. And so I share that knowledge with everyone else.
Well, bless your heart. The next time I talk to you, we're gonna give away an award for the social distancing champion. I want that T-shirt with the Sasquatch on there. Have you seen it?
No, I haven't, but that sounds like a good one.
I'm telling you, there's a T-shirt floating around, and I keep telling everybody I want that. Somebody needs to tell me where to get it, and it's the social distancing champion.
Oh, wow.
And I thought of you instantly. I was like, David Powell would love that. So we'll find one and make sure we twin it out, and I get you one, too.
All right. That sounds great.
Well, thank you so much. Enjoy the dust.
Okay, and you guys too. I'll talk to you next time.
Thank you, Mr. David Powell. And, of course, he is always our resident meteorologist and expert on all things weather and weather phenomena. And when Mother Nature just wants to shake it up a little bit, he's the one that can make sense of it. So I thank him for doing that this morning because it is a pretty neat thing that you don't see every day, and especially in this magnitude. So I thank him very much for straightening all that out. I guess we're not looking for Indiana Jones type of sandstorm. I swear that's where my mind went, though. Hey, stick around. It is 8:33. Next, we're going to talk to a guy that's going to tell us about veterans and PTSD and, well, bow fishing as well. I'm telling you, it's the hero shoot, and it's really, really cool. It's coming up next on Coffee Talk. And here's your WPKY Weather Engine Weather Center forecast for today. Looks like 20% shot at afternoon showers and thunderstorms. High 85 tonight. Little bitty chance of showers and thunderstorms overnight. Low 69 tomorrow. 40% chance of mud. High 84. I'm sorry. I couldn't know myself. 40% chance of showers and thunderstorms. High 84. Sunday, morning showers are likely. Scattered by afternoon. High 84. Rain in the forecast next week. Pretty well every day. A shot at it of some sort. It is 75 at 8:34, 1580, 103.3 WPKY.
Community leaders around the area are supporting the greatest comeback of all time.
Farmers Market is back downtown, and we've heard some good compliments about that. And I just appreciate the vendors and everything coming back downtown and the people coming out to support the Farmers Market.
Thanks to you guys for what you're doing on this greatest comeback of all time. We're hoping that all our businesses will be able to make a comeback, and the way it's going to happen is we all have to help them do that. That's why we want everybody to continue to shop and dine and do everything locally. There's no need to go somewhere else when everything's available to us here for the most part. So that's what I would urge people to do, continue to do that, to help our businesses, large and small, make the comeback and be able to be successful in this community.
The greatest comeback of all time is underway. Continue supporting local. Together, we can make a difference.
1580, 103.3 WPKY. And, of course, again, we thank David Powell for being with us and talking about that dust storm, that crazy thing. I'm telling you, today's show it gets better and better and better and better and better. And we're just jam-packed today. Of course, we started out with Mr. Bill Booth. If you miss any of this, you can get on our website and find it later and replay it over the weekend while you're trying to avoid the dust storm or mud storm or whatever's going to happen. Of course, Bill Booth told us all about that UTV that's being auctioned off for like pennies on the dollar on our website. So it's going on right now. Go on and check the progress of that. And now we're going to talk about bow fishing, and that's something I will tell you. I've never gotten to go bow fishing. It's something that I've always wanted to do, but I think is so cool, and especially when you can blend it with something like trying to help our veterans, and that's something that Mr. Patrick Russell is going to talk to us about this morning. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Well, I'll tell you, Patrick, now what organization are you affiliated with?
I'm affiliated with Resiliency Outreach Incorporated, and we're based out of Logan County, Kentucky.
Well, and the one thing that really drew me to this, of course, was I'm from a veteran family, and that's one thing that's, even my dad and that sort of thing. It is, I guess, something that's always kind of close to my heart. When I saw it, I thought, we got to do something with this. But tell us a little bit about resiliency and what you guys are all about.
Well, what we're all about is we focus on restoring or reinvigorating purpose and relevance with veterans and first responders. And how that came about was when I was coming out of my time in the military. I was medically retired due to a heart condition. My transition was sudden and rapid, and I was left with a lot of unknowns. And so with that, over the course of a few months of kind of soul searching and figuring out, got some friends together, and we came up with this idea that, well, we can't be the only ones who feel this way when we, in the world. So why don't we reach out to our law enforcement and onto our soldier veterans, brothers and sisters, and see what we can do to just make their life a little bit brighter. So the way we operate, we have outdoor programs, we have community service, and then we try to get them lined up with organizations involved with their transition to make sure that they're getting the best care and the best resources that they can, because when you're getting out of the military, you only know what you know, but there's so many other resources that nobody either knows about or fails to tell you about. So we got three programs with focusing on those. And what we do is we try to activate the veteran or the first responder by getting them involved with their own activities, their own programs. So you said your husband was a Marine?
I did. He's a retired disabled Marine. He spent 21 years in the Marine Corps.
So I would ask, what brings him joy?
Well, me. You set me up for that one, Patrick.
Well, good answer.
Well, really, he loves to golf. That's what he's doing today.
Golf, yeah. Perfect. So I would say, hey, how can we share your love of golf with other people, right?
Okay.
And what that does is that gives him a purpose, that makes him accountable for himself and others, because now we're going to set up, a golfing trip for him, some friends, some other folks, right? And we're going to share his love of golf with other people. And the theory behind that is there's a reason that golf brings him joy, right? Probably centers him. A lot of things like outdoors does for me. It brings some peace to my life, recenters me. I can kind of refuel and recharge. Probably the same thing for that.
You drop me in the middle of the woods. That's my thing. I want to go where cell signals don't work. That's where I want to go.
Exactly. And but the thing is that there's people out there that don't know how important golf can be in their life. For example, I've seen bow fishing, since we're on the subject. I've seen bow fishing save lives, because in a time when somebody feels or has felt like nobody cared, they reached out and we responded. And we responded with, hey, why don't I take you bow fishing? And it turned out that was the decision maker.
Well, and I think not only is it a great treat for somebody to be able to go out and a great way to say thank you to them, but a lot of people, if they're in the military, if they're in law enforcement, if they're a first responder, I think what a lot of people realize, but I don't think that they know to what extent, there are things that these folks and these veterans, they see and do and feel and are stuck in situations that you cannot imagine, but they cannot forget. And being with others that have those same experiences, or even if they don't talk about the same experiences, knowing that you're with someone who does can be a major comfort.
Exactly. And, I always say nobody can take care of a veteran better than a veteran.
Right.
And because, like you said, we've been there, we've done that. Walls come down. The barriers come down. People open up. And they're more responsive to what you're to talk about it.
Well, and when you think about even Corona right now, we even had one of our paramedics from here that actually went up to New York and was helping up there. And I had talked to her kind of on the side too. There's things that she's going to have a hard time forgetting. And it's things like that we may not be the most fun thing to talk about, but knowing that people like, your outreach program and things like this are there can really go a long way.
And we hope so. Speaking on the virus, tying it into bow fishing, in fact, we have several events through the year where we try to incorporate veterans and first responders, but not only getting them out on the water, but how can we contribute to whatever cause is going on that's related. And the idea came when the quarantine came down and the restrictions and nobody could have tournaments and nobody could have large gatherings. Said, how do we go about this? Well, we one of our people came up with the idea of a virtual tournament. Now, I was skeptical, of course, but I'm always willing to take a chance. And so we moved forward with it. We had 25 teams in 15 states.
Wow.
From as far as Idaho to Florida, and Michigan to Texas, come together to compete on a virtual tournament where it was a 50-50 payout. The winner took his winnings and donated it to Children's Miracle Network. So that's awesome. And then Resiliency Outreach matched the other 50%, and we donated it to an organization in Clarksville.
Wow. That
was responsible for home meal programs. And because churches and schools were getting closed down, they were kind of getting tight on resources. And so we held the tournament and donated those proceeds to them and helped contribute up to about 1,000 meals for people in Clarksville.
Wow.
And that's just an example of one of what we're trying to accomplish, but two, since we're talking about bow fishing, I just want to hype on the generosity of the bow fishing community. That when there's a cause and there's something that needs to be done, very rarely have I ever even seen hesitation. It's always, where do I sign up? And let's get her done.
Well, I'll tell you, you've got of course, don't get me wrong, here being surrounded by Kentucky Lake and Barkley Lake and not too far
Right.
away from here, it's not like we have no shortage of fishermen and fisherwomen. I mean, that's kind of our thing, and I think that the opportunity for people in this area to be able to reach out to them to say thank you and feel like they're doing something for others, I think that that's a huge deal, because I think people, in a lot of ways, just wait to find their niche to be able to help other people. And I think this kind of serves that purpose.
And you bring up an interesting point and something that I try to harp on people, because I'm always looking for volunteers. I'm always looking for other opportunities, because I don't know everything and I can't do everything.
What?
And I can't. Right?
Are you married? Your wife would like you to repeat that.
Don't tell her.
I am. No. We won't tell anybody. It can be our secret.
But what I try to impart on people, like something I learned with this whole outreach, because we're literally figuring it out as we go. You know what I mean? I banged my head against a wall and on my desk for so long because, you know, I thought that I needed this and I thought I needed that and I thought I needed this to be successful, right? You know, what I realized was that everybody, you, me, everybody has what it takes to impact someone's life already. You don't need millions of dollars. You don't need to hold these $1 million fundraisers. You don't need to go out and do all of these things for glory's sake. You take something as simple as golf. Hey, I'm going golfing this weekend. You want to come with me? Yeah, cool. And if it's coordinated through me, I pay for it. I'll buy you lunch. You know, I'll do something to be a part of it.
I mean, I'm going to admit, I've started in the last, back. I haven't golfed for years and years and years. And then my friends started kind of getting me to come out. My buddies did. And I love them to death. And that's just our little crew. And when we go, and they started making me come out and golf again. And I've loved it. It was the stress relief that I needed, And I think if you've got a group of friends that'll do that for you, or, some people just don't, though, either. And I think that's so cool. When is the event? Tell us about the event and when it is and all that good stuff.
Okay, so the Hero Shoot, third annual Hero Shoot, is this Saturday at Lee S. Jones Park, and we are co-located, collaborating, however you want to look at it, with Bow Fishing with the Blue.
That's another cool event, by the way.
Right, and when the concept came out and Andy was like, "Hey, we want to do it on the 27th," I was like, "Well, I'm also doing this on the 27th," and so he was very enthusiastic, like, "Come on down," And so we're gonna go together, and however it turns out, we're gonna have a good night. We're gonna support good people and a good cause.
Well, and I know that Wade White and a lot of folks went out of their way to make sure that the police officers, the first responders, the veterans did not have to pay for their fishing licenses that day either, and to participate. I thought that was really cool.
Absolutely. I mean, it's like I said, it just blows my mind, like how much everything's coming together and the amount of support that it's receiving, and I'm glad to be a part of it, even if it's a small part. But we have this the Hero Shoot, and for 3 years now, and typically it's a fundraising tournament for us because but this year I was reached out, or a law enforcement officer reached out to me and told me about a friend he had that was unfortunately killed in the line of duty. And his wife and them, their first date was bow fishing. And I actually met him through one of our virtual tournaments. And he's like, "Hey, man, is there something we can do? I think this would be a great idea, great concept, things like that." And I started thinking about it, and I was like, you know what? This is kind of the intent of this whole tournament. We're gonna shoot in his memory.
Well, there you go.
And we're gonna make that an annual thing where, pending how much participation we get, we're going to do at least one family.
And now what's his name?
His name is Brent Scrimshire.
Okay.
And he was a police officer down in Arkansas, who, like I said, he was just an avid bow fisherman in this community. And I don't know the full details, but he tragically lost his life. And being in the military, I can just imagine.
Right.
But I don't want to imagine just what's involved with all of that. So I was like, "Hey, man, why don't you bring the family up? I got this Hero Shoot. We'll just shoot in his honor, in his memory. We'll have a great night, and from here on out, we'll do the same thing for other families.
Aww. Well, I think that's fantastic. How do people get a hold of you if they want to volunteer and get involved and make a donation, or maybe host an event with you, or just help in some way? How do they do that?
They're on. You can go through Facebook, Resiliency Outreach on Facebook. That'll be the easiest thing to do because they can just go ahead and send me a direct message.
Right.
Through that. That'd be the easiest route to go through. If they don't have Facebook, they can go online to resiliencyoutreach.org and get a hold of me through there as well.
And now maybe they don't want to volunteer, but maybe they say, you know what, I need help. I need to be involved with people like that. Maybe they're the ones that need help. Now, is that the same way to get a hold of you that you you prefer?
Yes, they just come on, send me a message. I get them quite frequently, saying, hey, I want to get involved with an event. They're like, cool. Tell me about yourself and what are you wanting to get out of it, and what role do you see yourself fitting in. If you don't know, that's okay. We'll figure it out.
All right, remind us where it's at too.
Oh, the event?
Yes.
So, registration starts at 4 p.m. on Saturday at Lee S. Jones Park in Eddyville.
And how much does this cost?
Well, per team, so per boat, it's $150 for entry fee, and it's a 50-50 payout. So if you win, you get $75 back of your pot plus the rest of the pot, right?
And do you have to be a veteran to be in it?
No. In fact, you don't have to be a veteran to participate, but if you have a veteran or first responder on your team for that event, you get put into a special drawing. I got some cool little gadgets and gizmos that I can do a drawing for, and kind of a thank you for hosting.
So how many people per team too?
About 4 to 5.
4 to 5. Okay.
Yeah, people per team.
So we're not too late. We can still get involved then.
Yes, ma'am.
That's amazing. Thank you so much for being with us this morning, Patrick Russell with the Hero Shoot and Resiliency Outreach. We sure do appreciate you for everything you do and appreciate your service, sir.
Well, thank you for having me.
Thanks so much. Of course, again, I want to make sure when I repeat this that I got it right. It's tomorrow at what time now? 4 o'clock is registration, right?
Registration starts at 4 and the boats launch at 6.
And it's 4 to 5 people. It doesn't matter, men, women, whatever, right?
Right.
Thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Yes, ma'am.
And, of course, Mr. Patrick Russell, we appreciate him being with us this morning, and we really hope that they have a huge turnout for that. Speaking of huge turnout, I'm hearing all this thunder in the background. It's, Brother Presley must be with us. That's We're going to talk about thunder in the valley next on Coffee Talk. Hang on. The Body Shop at Trice Hughes is open for business and will assist you in getting your vehicle back on the road. Trice knows your vehicle is one of the most important things you own. It's important it's fixed right and as quickly as possible. Call for an appointment or free estimate at 270-365-5522.
Trice Hughes is here for you and any questions you may have about your vehicle. Buy your next vehicle from the home team. Find them on Highway 91 North, Princeton, or at tricehughes.com.
Local businesses have supported us in every regard. Now it's our turn to support them. Here's a way you can help.
This is Beth Mann, President and CEO of the Edge Media Group. In times like these, it's good to know your local business person. The company that fed first responders, the shop that donated goods, the store that served as a drop-off location. Local businesses are the backbone of the community. As we flatten the curve and rebuild, we need you to support local life. Keep our local economy strong with our local businesses. Here today, here tomorrow, we're in this together. Support local.
The Edge Media Group encourages you to support local. Be sure to post what you're doing to show your support. #SupportLocal.
1580 103.3 WPKY. Oh, wait. Got to take care of the weather. We got to talk about the mud, Brother Presley. Is that stuff, they got dust storms in the Bible? Hang on. Have they got it in there?
Yeah.
We'll just preach while we're on here. How about 20% chance of afternoon showers and thunderstorms, high 85. Slight chance of showers and thunderstorms overnight, low 69. Tomorrow, 40% chance of showers and thunderstorms and mud, evidently high 84. And then on Sunday, morning showers. Those are likely, scattered by afternoon, high 84. Mid-80s and looks like rain every day next week. We're going to kick off our Friday, though, with 75 in climate, 1580, 103.3 WPKY.
Your WPKY Weather Edge Weather Center forecast is brought to you by Treasures Remembered.
Bless his heart, I put him on the spot a second ago. I think there is dust storms in the Bible, though, isn't there?
Yes.
How about that? So
my microphone not working? Was you afraid of my answer?
No, I had you on. I didn't. I think I had my music up too loud. I couldn't hear you.
Well,
it was on. I ain't afraid of you. Are you kidding me? But I thought in my mind it's the Indiana Jones sandstorm coming.
Well, I was just thinking about all the stuff that I've learned in the 20 minutes that I've been here in Coffee Talk. First, I'm finding about finding and winning a utility vehicle. And I learned about this great tournament that's going on at Lee Jones, the bow fishing tournament for the veterans. Anything for the veterans, I'm always excited about. And then you scared me to death with some dust mud storm that you're talking about,
it's the
which I wish I hadn't even heard about. So,
and now we're going to talk about fireworks.
Yeah, now we're talking about blowing stuff up. So
and it's a full plate.
It's full plate.
I have ADHD is the problem.
I would be confused. It wouldn't be the job for me probably to be in here because I would forget what I was talking about and I'd just go right from one thing to the next.
I'll tell you though, we've got so much to. I think everybody was cooped up for so long that they're just chomping at the bit to do things, and now everybody's like, "Oh my goodness, I want to do all of this all at the same time," and it's so much fun because it's the first start of summer, so that's when you got to hit the lake and you got to fish. It's like mandatory around here.
Mandatory,
and you got to shoot off some fireworks.
Got to shoot fireworks.
And if you think about fireworks, you think about Fredonia because hello, thunder in the valley.
That's what I'm talking about.
Well, y'all start off with music though too, right? Now it's on the 3rd.
It's on
Friday,
always
the 3rd.
On July 3rd. Always, regardless of what day that is, it'll be on July 3rd.
And y'all have music and fireworks and fun.
It's music, food, fireworks, fellowship, a little bit of everything. We honor our veterans. It's all about two things that are going to be glorified during Thunder in the Valley, specifically Jesus, and veterans. That's the two things you can guarantee.
Gilbert's is coming in next week with me, and on that knife raffle for the Veterans Memorial. They're gonna. I'll promote myself in the show. He's gonna be with us next week, but because he made that beautiful knife that they're raffling off.
It's something else, and you got to see it. If you're ever close to Acrages in Fredonia, it'll be moving around Fredonia, possibly even in Edible at the Acrages location as well. But it's pretty awesome.
Well, and that goes for the Veterans Memorial.
It's going for the memorial that's going to happen in Fredonia, and that's a huge thing that we really hadn't publicized that much, just because it's been in the planning stage. Right. But it's going to be an awesome memorial for our veterans and first responders and correctional officers. And
we have a lot of them in our area, though.
A lot, and they don't get the attention that they deserve for certain.
Well, they're the first ones that'll jump in the middle of something, even if they know it's going to end up hurting in the end, they do it anyway.
Absolutely.
And I don't think we can say thank you to them enough.
No,
I really don't.
We cannot.
So, what about this music to kick it all off?
The music first, Nicole Adams, about 6:30 ish. Nicole Adams will open us up, and then Eric Horner will come in. He's always great to come in. He does a great job. He performs for troops, across the country.
He's really good. If you haven't heard him, you need to take the time.
And Nicole Adams is very good too. She's local, but she is, and her band are unbelievable, or they wouldn't be there at Thunder in the Valley. Just to be honest, but she's great. And then the food's going to be a little bit different. But I was just on the phone. Dippin' Dots. We're going to have Dippin' Dots ice cream at Thunder in the Valley.
I think mamas and daddies appreciate that because it don't melt all over the front of everybody.
That's what I'm saying. And we were trying to find something that had a closed container, instead of the open. Our food's going to be, everything's going to be, prepackaged, and so we just to be safe, just abundance of caution. And we're going to be 9 different places you can get food and
wow.
So we can all spread out and be. And if I have to explain the details on how to be safe, then it's probably not going to do any good. If you don't know them by now, then.
If you don't know how to be safe and you don't know how to wash your hands, and just stay home. That's what we're saying.
Yeah, just stay home. If you don't know how to social distance, don't be licking any handrails or anything like that. Just
quit chewing on the doorknobs.
Be safe.
But what are y'all doing over at First Baptist there in Fredonia?
Oh gosh, we just finished up the meals. Last week.
Wow.
Well, earlier this week, Monday, we actually finished up. And we had the privilege of serving 2,500, approximately 2,500 meals, and that was it was one of those things that I feel sorry for folks that don't get to see God work in those ways. That the entire community came together and made that happen, because you can't do that twice a week for 3 months and not have a great team. Everybody from donations to delivery to preparation to letting people know, bringing desserts for the meals. It was just unbelievable to watch. Exciting to watch.
I'm going to tell you what, I think Fredonia can really pull up them bootstraps and
Absolutely.
do it together.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, we do it really well in Caldwell County as a whole, just period.
Absolutely.
But I'm going to tell you, y'all can flat turn it around. And
Thunder Valley is a community. It's our way to let the veterans know we love you, we appreciate you, and we're not going to forget the sacrifice, both past, present, and future veterans. And if you can't get behind that, then you're probably not going to have a good time at Thunder in the Valley.
Well, I'll tell you, my mom, of course, my son he doesn't love anything more than live music. And if he can go to church and watch somebody sing, he's happy. Yeah, that's just the way he is.
Music's powerful.
This is going to be held where now, as far as the gospel music singing and all of that? Where is that going to be at? Is that at the ballpark?
It's Buddy Rogers Park in Fredonia. And you can look for the signs. One thing that's going to be different, a couple of places that we've come short the last couple of years just because of sheer volume of people is the parking being number one. It was like gridlock in Fredonia. And it is going to be a lot of traffic if it's anything close to what it was last year. And with this COVID-19, we're not sure what to expect.
It'll be bigger.
That's possibly. And
I'm just saying.
If you look for parking signs, we have this several acres of parking, and people will guide you in there, and we'll be shuttling people from that parking lot over to the field. That way everybody can have a good parking place. Or if you want to park there and watch the fireworks from your car, you're more than welcome to do that.
Whichever way you feel comfortable, right?
Whatever you feel comfortable with, we'll make a way. And
I'm going to tell you what, I had the best time last year. I really did. And y'all can if you haven't been to a function in Fredonia, you ain't lived yet, because you guys know how to throw a party. You just do.
I'm telling you, nobody can throw a party like Christians. When Jesus is behind it, it's unbelievable how much fun you can have.
Well, who doesn't need a little "Who's your mama and them" or "How's your mama and them" right now?
That's what I'm saying.
I think everybody needs that.
You can
really
do that from 6 feet away.
Well, yeah. It is a really nice gathering every year, and the kids always have fun, and it's right there at the ballpark. It's easy to, even if you got to walk a piece, park somewhere else and walk a piece or whatever. It's not that bad, and it's a nice little walk anyway.
Yeah, and like I say, we'll have buses running this year, so hopefully that'll cut down on that.
Tell me about the buses.
Well, the buses will be running from the parking area. Just constant 2 buses, and that way for those that don't want to walk or don't feel safe walking or whatever it may be,
well, some of them can't walk that far, and we understand that too.
Absolutely.
I don't get around like I used to, Brother Presley.
I don't either.
And after I leave y'all to finish eating, I'm not going to get around as much as I did this week. It's that COVID-15 is what they're calling it.
Yeah, the COVID-15. More like 25 in my case, but who's counting?
If you've seen his videos, he's eating right. Yeah. I don't think that's probably why.
That's when you say eating right. that needs to be explained. That's not eating healthy. That's eating plenty.
Of course, if you're just tuning in with us, we got Brother Presley Lamm from Fredonia First Baptist with us, and 1580 103.3 WPKY Princeton. Get a little business out of the way, but again, we're talking about Thunder in the Valley in Fredonia. That's next. Man, that's flying by. That's
today.
Next Friday.
Absolutely.
Next Friday at 6:30, the gospel singing is going to start. There's going to be food at different locations all over the place. There'll be a knife raffle from Gilbert's that made that, right?
Yeah.
And
Gilbert's
it's beautiful.
Wood and Knife Shop. Look them up.
It is beautiful, by the way. If you have
stunning.
take an opportunity to just go over and look.
Yeah, or get on the Facebook page. Get on either Gilbert's Wood and Knife Shop Facebook page or the Thunder in the Valley Facebook page and look at that knife. It's pretty awesome, and we're thankful for Johnny and Tammy and them donating their time and efforts. And this year specifically, we're doing it a little bit different. We was going to honor. We're still going to honor the Vietnam veterans, as well as every veteran. Last year it was Korean War and World War II. This year it's Vietnam. But the ceremony is not going to be exactly the way that because of all this.
Right.
But we will. They will get their gifts, and that's only because of Gilbert Wood and Knife Shop too, and our sponsors. You know, we have sponsors. Every business in Fredonia is awesome about just making this happen.
Rallying together.
Yeah, that's what I'm
really.
saying. We couldn't do it without the city of Fredonia. And
tell us who the sponsors are.
All right, we got Acreage Farm Supply.
Love them.
Fredonia Valley Bank, Fredonia Valley Heritage Society, Tri-County Refrigeration, Broadbent Country Hams and Bacon, Fagan's Furniture, the Cumberland Presbyterian Church, Copper Top, and then First Baptist Church in Fredonia.
Copper Top just got through winning Best Barbecue.
Best barbecue there is, as far as I'm concerned. And Chad, I expect a free sandwich for saying that on the radio, too.
Amen. I'll be there right behind you. I'll say amen if he ain't gonna. All right. So, again, we got live music. We've got, now as far as the thing for the veterans, what time is that? Is that?
Well, it'll be after the music, right before the fireworks. Okay. We have a tribute video that's for, and it'll have a lot of Fredonia veterans, past and present, and it'll be right after the music, right before the fireworks. So kind of sandwiched between all the festivities. As soon as that video's over with, we always shut all the lights off and the fireworks go off. And the fireworks, believe it or not, are even bigger this year than they were last year.
I'm going to tell you, that was one of the better shows.
We're just trying to get better all the time.
Better and better. And the egg hunt, I was just sorry you didn't get to do egg hunt this year because y'all were going to glow in the dark. They tend to have a whole lot of fun and a lot of stuff that's out of the box, and it's just fun to let your kids run around and see each other.
That's right.
Dippin' Dots, you're saying?
Dippin' Dots. Just got off the phone. They're coming and going to work with us.
Well,
so we
bless
can
their
have
hearts.
Ice cream. So
and they got pretty yards because the Fredonia Activities Committee been giving away the Yard of the Month.
Yeah, Bill Barnes got the Yard of the Month this month.
For June, how about that? So everybody's been like spiffing everything up even more than what it already is.
Yeah.
I hear he's been doing that for years, though.
Oh, yeah. He's had the Yard of the Month for the last few decades. We just didn't.
Last 50 years.
That's what I was going to say. I'm almost embarrassed every time I go by his house compared to my yard.
If you've got questions, I'm sure the Fredonia Activities Committee, I'm sure that you could ask any of them. You could ask Mayor Seibert, or you. I bet you'd answer a question, wouldn't you?
If I can. I'm good at answering questions, whether I know the answer or not.
It is going to be a good time, though. Yeah. And, of course, you can reach out on Facebook, on Fredonia First Baptist Church. And, of course, I think What's Happening in Fredonia is always a really good place to...
Thunder in the Valley Facebook.
Oh, is there a page just for that?
Yep. Thunder in the Valley's got their own Facebook page.
They're getting big time on me. It is the Thunder in the Valley at Fredonia next Friday, July the 3rd, and it's going to start at 6:30 with gospel singing that you don't want to miss.
Absolutely.
And Dippin' Dots, evidently.
Dippin' Dots.
I'm there. Dippin' Dots and food. Singing and fireworks. I'm in.
We're good.
Stick around. I'm going to tell you what, if you think today was huge, just wait till Monday. If you think I was like bouncing off the wall today, Brother Presley, just wait until Monday because there's even more coming.
Can I come in and watch?
Yes.
Watch you bounce around?
Yes. I need somebody to pray for me. Come on in. Hey. Again, Presley, Lamm, we want to thank everybody from the Activities Committee in Fredonia. I do want to thank Mr. Bill Booth for being with us this morning. Don't forget to hit our website, WPKYonline.com. Hit the big deals page. Go straight to that UTV auction. That dude's going to be gone by 4 o'clock this afternoon. And again,
he said that the high bid at the time was a little over, I think, $5,000 at that point. But this is a $15,000 UTV that's brand spanking new, and this dude is loaded and then some. So it's going to be a nice one. It's auctioned off, and I've never seen him do that, so that's pretty cool. And of course, David Powell, he talked about the mud and dust storm that could be coming down this weekend. And then I want to see pictures too. I want everybody to take a bunch of pictures because I'd love to load up Facebook on Monday with those. And then Hero Shoot. Of course, it's not too late to be involved in that. That's happening at Lee Jones Park tomorrow. Registration at 4. Teams of 4 to 5 people per boat. And if you're a vet or a police officer, hey, you don't have to pay for a fishing license tomorrow. How about that? So we want to thank Wade White and everybody that was a part of that as well. So stick around if you got any questions or say, you know what, I didn't catch that because she talks too fast. That's okay. You can hit our website, WPKYonline.com.
Celebrating 70 years of community service. We're 1580, 103.3 WPKY Princeton.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. A police reform bill written by Democrats passes with most Republicans opposed to making it easier to sue police officers. That'll make it impossible to pass in the Senate.
The George Floyd Justice and Policing Act passed on a 236 to 181 vote, with 3 Republicans voting with Democrats. The legislation would also ban chokeholds, end no-knock warrants in federal drug cases, and create a federal database tracking problem officers.
Fox's Rachel Sutherland. 3 members of a family fishing are swept off a cliff by a wave in Southern California.
Ventura County Fire responding to 911 calls yesterday afternoon.
We were able to do a rapid search of the water, and we were able to rescue all 3 out of the water. However, they were fatally injured.
Fire Captain Brian McGrath says all 3 died at the scene.
Fox's Carmen Roberts. America's listening to Fox News.
The Home Depot is cooking up new ways to start summer here and bring summer home. From online ordering to free delivery and convenient store pickup, we're helping make sure taking care of your summer projects is a breeze. And summer savings on all your favorite brands make things even easier. So freshen up the deck, fire up the grill. Summer's here, and it's as close as your own backyard. The Home Depot. How doers get more done.
At AutoZone, we've always been here to help you get what you need to go where you need. That hasn't changed. Needing some battery help? We've got you. Whether it's a free battery test or a free charge, we can help you get started again. And if it's time for a replacement, we've got a full selection of batteries starting at $79.99. That's why we're America's #1 battery destination. Get in the zone. AutoZone. Based on data from the MPD Group Incorporated, Car Care Track, 12 months ending December 2019.
At Shelter Insurance, our agents are dedicated to helping provide personalized auto, home, and life protection that puts your family first.
This is Mike Gilkey, proudly serving Princeton, Kentucky and surrounding areas.
Your WPKY Weather Edge Weather Center forecast. A lake wind advisory is in effect until 9 o'clock this evening. Otherwise, we're going to see a mostly cloudy sky with a small chance of some afternoon showers and thunderstorms, warming up to 87. Tonight, a slight chance of some rain and thunderstorms. Otherwise, mostly cloudy, low around 69. Tomorrow, partly sunny, and the rain chance will increase to 40%, high around 85. And Sunday, a 60% chance of rain and storms, high around 86. But again today, mostly cloudy with a slight chance of afternoon showers and storms, high around 87.
If a front porch lake view is what you want in your near future, then join the crew at Captain Jim's Grill right next to Lake Barkley Marina. Enjoy the great outdoors by dining right on the water. Whether you're coming by boat or car, stop by today to try our famous shipwreck burger or our Georgia coastal shrimp. But save room for dessert. Afterwards, take a stroll through the ship store for any last-minute lake life necessities. Come as strangers, leave as friends at Captain Jim's Grill.
When someone walks in the door of our funeral home, we understand they're facing some very difficult times in their life. I want people to know that in addition to being a funeral director, I'm a person just like they are. I've sat on the other side of that table making arrangements for my father. I remember that day. Hi, I'm Jonathan Goodman from Goodman Funeral Home. I think you'll find our prices to be very competitive. Be assured that quality and respect are always guaranteed. Give us a call today at 365-3838.
Working with you for the greatest comeback of all time. 1580 103.3 WPKY.
You must understand the touch of your hand makes my pulse react. That it's only the thrill of boy meeting girl opposites attract. It's physical, only logical. You must try to ignore that it means more than that. Oh, what's love got to do with it? What's love but a second-hand emotion? What's love got to do with it? Who needs a heart when a heart can be broken? It may seem to you that I'm acting confused when you're close to me. If I tend to look dazed, I read it someplace. I've got cause to be. There's a name for it. There's a phrase that fits. But whatever the reason, you do it for me. Oh, what's love got to do with it? What's love but a second-hand emotion? What's love got to do with it? Who needs a heart when a heart can be broken? I've been taking on a new direction, but I have to say, I've been thinking about my own protection. It scares me to feel this way. Oh, what's love got to do with it? What's love but a second-hand emotion? What's love got to do with it? Who needs a heart when a heart can be broken? What's got to do with it? What's love but a sweet old-fashioned notion? What's love got to do with it? Who needs a heart when a heart can be broken? Who's got to do with it?
A big thank you for listening goes out to Dorothy Living Interiors and Boutique and the Woodall Agency. Tell a friend about us. We're 1580 103.3